Hello! Closing the sale often strikes fear into many salespeople, but you need to close if you're to get the order. This video gives you guidance in how to close more sales. There are 3 sections to this program and a link to resources booklet SM1040.flv. First, thinking about closing to get you into the mode of analysing success and keeping records. Then 10 closing steps, a short toolkit to help you through the essential processes in closing a sale. And finally, closing tactics which will help you structure a sale. There are 4 fears to consider. The fear of rejection, unsure when to close, fear your product or service will not meet customer expectations, and fear of looking bad to the customer. Now focus on discussing the 4 fears by using incidents that have taken place in your recent sales presentations. What action would you take to conquer the fear? There are 3 simple closing mistakes. The first no is accepted as final. The sale is not asked at the right time, and the order is never asked for. How will you overcome them? Again, use instances of recent sales presentations to line and understand the points. Coming up, the need to be businesslike. Financial success in closing sales comes from taking the time to analyse and think about your closing skills. Before that, you need to take time to analyse your personal approach. Being businesslike rather than cavalier will bring you far better results. So you need to know who are your best and most profitable customers, how you got them as customers, how much they spend with you, what your most profitable products or services are, the average size of your sale, and importantly, your closing ratios. Drilling deeper is essential in looking at results. Here we'll look at either end of the scale with the biggest and smallest sale. The objective is to get you thinking about your ideal customer. Get to think about them and what they look like, and you'll start to have greater empathy, which leads to more sales closed. So ask these type of questions. What's the size of your average sale? How many sales did you make last year? What was your biggest sale last year? What profit did you make from it? What was your smallest sale last year? How much profit did you make from it? What's the profile of your ideal customer? Too many salespeople ignore this exercise, but it's vital to understand your closing ratios. Improve on them and you'll get bigger orders more quickly. Ignore your ratios and you'll be drifting. So, how many sales do you close first time? On the second time? The third? The 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 10th? What are your sales, profit and income goals for this coming year? Managing your progress is the key to success. You do this by keeping accurate records. You need to think about what records you keep and how you will record them for easy access and interpretation. So start keeping records. How many people have you met? How many you think will buy? The dates when you met, when they bought, the amount of the sale. Have you found that the more meetings, the fewer who purchase and the smaller the sale? So identify your time wasters. Your sense of achievement will be greater by monitoring your progress through record management. Coming up, your 10 steps toolkit. Here are the 10 steps to closing a sale. They're detailed in booklet SM1007. Number 1, get them to say yes right away. Then probe for reasons behind objections. Find out what they want. Sell benefits, not features. Focus on a single point. Know when to shut up. Sell to the right person. Be persistent. Clinch the sale. Reassure them they've made the right decision. So where are you strong and where are you weak? And what action will you take to improve yourself? Coming up next, closing tactics. Can you close a sale in 5 questions? At first look, you may not agree or feel it's not achievable. But take time to think and substitute your business for the example you get of a designer. Put the questions into your own words and try to think about the impact those questions will have on your prospect. What message are you giving them? One in which they can feel confident? Keep practicing and results will come from this approach. So question 1, how do you select a designer? Question 2, how do you define what's important to you, what you're looking for? Question 3, why is that important to you? Question 4, if I could, would I be? Question 5, great, when can we begin? Practice this and variations. And next, let's look at some closing tactics. The content of this video, along with narrative on the ideas, is available for you to download in the resources section of your Sales and Marketing Academy. It's SM1040.flv. Whilst you cannot stop in the middle of a sales presentation and consider which of these closes you will use, one way to use the tactics is to plan the meeting beforehand and consider which closes you may use. You'll find all details in SM5007. They include the alternative close, my pen or yours, the objection close, the fear close, we've only got 3 left, the assumptive close, will you buy now, the sharp angle close, the one that's not used very often but should be, the ask for it close, the summary of benefits close, the concession close, the trial close, and how to manage the think it over. Here's a last thought designed to get you thinking about the key way to close more sales. It's listen. Talk about when you don't listen. Think of examples of other salespeople who have talked themselves out of a sale by not closing and not listening. Remember your ABCs. Always be closing. You never know at what point in your conversation your prospect is ready to buy. There's a time to close. Look for verbal signals such as, it sounds good to me. But also look for non-verbal signals, which they can be picking up the product, picking up the proposal or the quote, nodding the head in approval, giving a knowing gesture to a colleague. Get to grips with this proposition and you'll be more aware of the time to close. Think of instances where any of the elements have happened and you have or have not taken action to close the sale. You've now completed this video on Close More Sales. Look for similar titles in the SpotLearn Sales Academy. And remember to download SM5007 from the resources section. It's the e-guide of this learning module and also contains many tips and ideas on closing the sale.